What up, y'all? Welcome back to Empowering Real Talk. It's your girl, Coach K. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm super excited to vibe out with this amazing guest that I have here today. We're going to switch some things up and we're going to get a little high vibrational up in here today. You feel me? I'm super excited to have her, and I'm going to allow her the honor of introducing herself. What's up, girl?
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, greetings, salutations, and everything in between. I am Stephany Poe, owner of Poe Coaching and Consulting. I specialize in bridging the gaps between generations and workspaces. I'm also the author of the book, Perfect Progression. But aside from all those great stuff, right, I also do speaking engagements as well as progressive mindset speaking, positive energy speaking, multi-generational gaps in workspaces. But I'm largely into astrology and numerology. That is like my thing. And I've somehow infused that into what I do because I am working with different generations. And I know different generations look at things like that and they actually take that into consideration. And it's really not as uncommon as people think, especially in the business
Right.
space.
Now, we actually connected on LinkedIn, and we definitely have established what we call a professional connection, right? But we had a conversation. I had her on a live stream a little while back, guys, and the connection that we had on top of that, but also listening to her talk about what she really is passionate about as well, because she definitely is dope at what she does in the coaching and consulting space. But just listening to her be so passionate about what she does outside of that. So I invited her to Empowering Real Talk because I wanted her to be able to share her insight on that. But I also wanted her to give you guys some high vibrational energy that we really need right now, because we are really seeing a lot of shifts going on. There are a lot of things that I know people are coming to me talking about, which some are surface level, but some are very, very deeply rooted. And we're seeing a lot of transitions and things like that. So I really want her to talk more about that and give you guys some perspective on maybe what that could be doing for you. Because if you're somebody that you're like, man, things just have been off for me lately, things are off. I'm questioning things. If you're in relationships, things are going on along that nature. I want her to tell y'all a little bit more about it. So, yes, Steph, sis, I want you to talk about the energy that we definitely see going on in the universe right now, because I know I've definitely seen some shifts within my universe, but my shifts have been good shifts. But with good shifts come letting go of old baggage, right? That's one of the things that I know I've had to learn over the last 5 years of my transformational journey. But I want you to talk a little bit more about that, if you would.
Yes, man, these energies. I'm all giddy because I'm like, I see it. Okay, so from an astrological perspective, we are currently in the age of Aquarius. What that means, Pluto's a deep transformational planet. Why am I drawing a blank? Because maybe I'm not supposed to tell you. But what I will say, with
Oh,
Pluto being in
it's
Aquarius,
possible.
right, with Pluto being in Aquarius for the next 20 years, this is a huge shift, a huge change, because for the last 14 years, Pluto has been in Capricorn. If you know a Capricorn, you know they bossy as hell, especially if they're the darker side of the Capricorn, the unhealed
Facts.
side, the side that we're still allowing our traumas to trigger us. And we can't recognize the traumas just yet. We can't recognize it before we can be proactive rather than reactive. So every zodiac sign has a dark side, an unhealed, healed, healthy, unhealthy version. But in the unhealthy version of the Capricorn, they are extremely bossy. You are not their wife or husband. You are their servant. They're going to tell, they're bossing everybody around. It may not look like it in the front, but behind the scenes, lots of work. I would tell a lot of people, if you want something done, go get a boss. That's a Capricorn. Those are the bosses of the zodiac signs. That's my opinion. Other astrologers will say other things. That's fine. But they are definitely the bosses. But in that space, especially with Pluto there, you have a lot of those people that have been together forever, for 20 and 15 and 30 some odd years, and you have a lot of that. But now you got Pluto into Aquarius, and Aquarius people are very humanitarians. They come off a little cold, because, or detached mostly, because they're not a relationship type of
Mhm.
sign. They are great
Mhm.
friends. They are the best friends you could ever have. You going through something, talk to an Aquarius. They will not only
That's a
help you
fact.
help get you out of it financially, that's a big one, but they will help get you out of it through strategy, keep you out of it in strategy. They are your confidants. You can tell them your deepest, darkest secrets. They can hold it. There's some great people, but in terms of the intimacy space, they got to be your friend first before it could be a lover. And that takes some
Yeah.
time. But with Aquarius, they think collectively and not subjectively. So they're thinking about the entire world. How is this going to impact the entire world? And with that impact, they make decisions based on the world and not a person individually, even if it's their own kid or their own parent.
Right.
If a decision they're going to make is going to impact the greater good, for the greater good, and it's going to
Right.
sacrifice or put something off to the side that's more important, then they're going to do that because for the greater good, the collective whole, they need it. So
Okay.
we're in the age of Aquarius, but it's in Pluto. Pluto, but with a deep transformation. Pluto, in planetary sense, is the last planet. And now I know they found a few other planets back there. I didn't look on those and see what they are, but Pluto was
Yeah.
cold. It's the closest to the stars. It's the closest. And Pisces rules Pluto as well. And Pisces is very deep psychic zodiac sign. They're the closest to the heavens. Basically, they finna go tell on everybody who's not doing what they supposed to do down here when it's time
Oh,
for them to
oh,
transition. Yeah, they finna
uh-oh,
tell.
uh-oh.
They snitching like a big dog. So they telling. They telling.
Woo!
That's because that's what they're supposed to do. They're supposed to go and report. But in the
Yeah.
process of their reporting, they gonna tell on you. And so Pluto's here. You got Aquarius and Pluto for the next 20 years. Aquarians do not like to keep things under the rug. So they're snatching the rug from under everybody. It doesn't matter if it's personal, if it's business. Business is
Mhm.
definitely going to see it in all sectors. I think we're seeing it in our political arena right now. That's just more
Ooh,
to
yeah.
come. There's so much more to come. There's so much more with that. And I'm excited and kind of scared to see it unfold because I just see the energies. But there's that.
Yeah.
We're also going to see a lot of breakups. I cannot tell you, and I know Coach K and I was talking about it before we
Mm.
even got on. Between January and now, I've had at least 7 people that I know personally and professionally tell me that they are divorcing their husbands or their wives of 20 and 25 and 30-year
Oh,
marriages.
wow. I know that tripped me out when you said that. I was like, "Ooh, let's get on, cause we gotta get that, cause ooh,
Remember,
yeah,
Aquarius detaches.
crazy.
They are the detachment sign. They can't help it because they value friendships and they also don't
Yeah.
like things under the rug. So whatever bullshit you've been doing, oh, it's gonna come to the light. It's definitely gonna be come to the light.
Mhm.
And that saying goes, April showers bring May flowers. Well,
May
whatever seeds you've sown, you will reap
Ooh.
what you sow, regardless if it's good or bad or anything in
Mm,
between. You will reap what you sow. So, this is why it's very
mm.
important for us to be very intentional because it's coming back for you. And we're in Gemini season now, but we got some earthy Geminis because we just came out of Taurus, stubborn ass sign.
Hey,
Yes, them Geminis, come on through. They're the playful sign. They
hey,
keep things light, fun, like I
facts,
think I can lose some
facts,
weight,
facts.
I think I can, but I'm not going to because I'm not. But it's okay to feel that surge, that energy,
Yeah,
that ooh.
yeah, it's facts. As a Gemini, she's not wrong, y'all. She's not wrong. She's absolutely right. We are absolutely the fun ones. We are
Oh
definitely those
yes.
people, okay?
Geminis
Go
will
ahead,
bring
sis, go
you
ahead.
out of your shell. And I'm a
Yes.
Cancer. I'm a July 3rd Cancer though, so I'm up there, but I got a lot of air in my chart. So I do have some Geminis in my chart.
Mhm.
But Geminis keep things light. They keep things airy, comical. I crack jokes 24/7, so I like to laugh more so than cry anyways. And these days you got to. But
That's a fact.
Gemini also rules the planet Mercury. And the planet Mercury is the planet of communication, which is housed by Virgo and Gemini. Gemini is the masculine version of communication, Virgo is the feminine version of communication. I happen to have Mercury and Gemini, so I can communicate and I can keep up with the best of them. May not look like it because,
Yeah.
first appearances is everything. First impressions are
Right.
everything. That's just what it is. We live in today's world. That's just what it is.
Fact.
First impressions is everything. But I will tell you, your first
It's
impression is
fact.
also your rising sign. That's what people are seeing when they're seeing you. They're seeing your rising sign. My rising sign is Leo, so automatically I look like rar. But really, if you talk to me, I'm actually kind of chill. I don't trip about a lot of things. But um,
Right, right,
those with the first impressions is just it's a natural thing. Everybody do it. They do it whether they want to realize it or acknowledge it or not. It just happens. But Gemini's keep things light. They keep it fun.
right.
They take that heavy emotion. They take that out. We don't need that. We got stuff to do. Let's have some fun. Let's relax. Let's let go. But we're in May,
Hey,
so we
that
got some
part.
earthy Geminis. These
Yeah.
earthy Geminis, what I say when I mean that is they'll take off. Oh, they will take off, but they'll contemplate before they do. They'll wait before they do.
Mhm.
The earthy Geminis. These are the ones in May. Them June Geminis, they out.
It's up,
Yeah.
baby. As a June Gemini, it's up. Okay, it's up. I love it. Like I feel that really so deep within me right now because I have so many things that are actually on the horizon that I was like, "Oh, I'm going to wait till my birthday to release this and launch this." My birthday is just has been the cycle for me to be like all these things that I'm bringing to the forefront. So I really do feel that right now and it's such a sense of empowerment for myself whereas before I wouldn't really discuss it or I'd suppress it for the most part. But I'm like, no, this me right now, and this me unapologetically, and me stepping into that next level, that next realm. And you are just really confirming that for me right now. So I'm really just so grateful of that because, hey, it's up. You hear me? Come on, go ahead.
Yeah. Now this is astrologically speaking. And also Gemini, like this
Yes.
is this for everybody who are not a Gemini or and they don't know much about astrology or seasons or anything. And the Gemini season for everybody else, this is actually the time for you to get out and socialize, like meet people, because you got that Gemini energy.
Mm,
That's fun. It's light. It's cool. It's chill.
yeah.
Let's go spontaneous. Like use that energy to create the type of tribe that you want. You will attract your tribe. You will attract your people,
Yes.
but you got to develop and nurture those people too. So use this energy to
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah.
From a numerology perspective, we are in a year 9 numerology. And for everybody speaking, everybody is in a year 9 universally. But individually within the universal year of 9, we each have our own individual numbers we can calculate. And so for universal 9 years, 9 is the number of completions. So whatever it is you're doing, you need to get done, get it done.
Mm,
Get it done. You got the whole year. Get it done,
mm,
get it out the way. I'm writing a book, and I've been writing this book for a while. I had to take a hiatus last year due to family matters.
yeah.
Now the hiatus is over. I'm back on top. I have to get this done. I do not get this done in a year. I will not do it for another 9 years. That's how the number 9 works,
Ooh.
numerology speaking.
The
It
significance,
works that
yeah.
way.
Yeah.
So whatever you need to get done, get it done. Whatever relationships you need to cut it off. Please cut it off. My
Cut
Lord,
it
if you do not cut it off, you will repeat it. And you will repeat it with different people. It may not be the exact same person, but the essence, the energy of the situation, the environment, something is going to feel familiar about it. You're going to be like, I don't, even in work, even in work. And so,
yeah.
segueing over into the workspace, aside from what I do with working with leaders and working with organizations, I do have individual people that will talk to me about astrology and talk to me about business and what they want to do in their own
Mhm.
personal lives and things like that. And I try not to deal so much personally with astrology because I know a lot of people want to deal with love,
Right.
and I don't want to deal with love, but if you have an idea about it or you want to know more about it, I will tell you the seventh house is the house of relationships in astrology. It's all ships, relationships, situationships,
Mm.
business ships, primarily romantic relationships. So the seventh house is your romantic relationships, but your fifth house is your dating. So fifth house is who you are attracted to. And I believe it's your marriage house too. Seventh house is also within that realm. So it's like connected. So As it
Mhm.
relates to business and astrology, I know. As it relates to business and astrology, the third house, I want to focus on that.
Oh, we need to hear it. We need to hear it.
Yes, the third house. And I know I'm jumping around. So 12 houses in the astrology scale. There's also 12 zodiac signs, 12 planets. They all align together.
Yeah.
I focus primarily on the third house, which is the house of communication. Whatever zodiac sign you have in that house is how you communicate. So if you have Gemini in the third house, again, I happen to have it in the third house. I have wit. I have game. I have gift the gab, if you will. I can talk with the best of them. I even speak another language. And I only picked that up through the years of working in corporates. I can speak Spanish
Yeah.
to somebody and we can understand each other. I don't speak it as fluently as I would like to, but I could definitely figure out and when they're talking about some money, oh yeah, I got you. Oh, I can figure that out.
Right.
Easy. But if you have cancer, in the third house, your communication is going to be very indirect. Your communication is going to be very passive. You're going to hold back in communication because you're going to worry about what other people are going to think about what you're going to say. And so you're going to create a scenario in your
Yeah.
head because you think based on the words you're about to say or want to say, they're going to respond to you in this manner and you don't want that response. So you may not even say anything or you might be indirect in how you communicate whatever it is you want to say, especially
Mhm.
if it's heavy in emotion. So I
Yeah.
teach people
Yeah.
how
That's
to
facts.
figure
Woo.
out their communication styles through astrology in the other generations. That's the one house. The sixth house is the house
Hey.
of work, improvement, employment. Wherever you have, whatever sign you have in the sixth house, and I'm looking down at notes, whatever sign you have in the sixth house will determine how you make improvements, how you work. If you got a Capricorn in the sixth house, you great. You're going to improve. You're whatever it is, you're going to improve
Right.
that area. And of course, we talked about the seventh house, which is the house of relationships. 10th house is public life.
Mhm.
This is also midheaven. In astrology, midheaven is your future. Public house, how the world sees you. Now, your IC, which is the
Mm.
opposite of the midheaven, is how you grew up. That's how I can tell what you went through in your life. If I saw your natal chart and I saw your IC, I can tell that you went through a lot of stuff, or you didn't go through much, or your mom was this way, or your father was this way, or you grew up in this type of household. I can do that in like 5 minutes without actually putting a lot of thought into it. Like,
Mm.
for example, I looked at a woman's chart and she had Taurus midheaven, which is the 10th house, and and the opposite of Taurus would be Scorpio. I see. So, seeing that, I saw immediately that she went through emotional trauma, deep, transformational, emotional trauma
Mm.
with her parents. I could see that her mom was not as emotionally intelligent as she could have been as a parent, but she
Mm.
was also a young parent. So I think we need to take that into
Mm.
consideration, young moms out there that's watching, and you're a mom, and your mom wasn't there as you wanted her to be, and you're there for your kid. Give her some grace. Give her some grace. She did the best she could with the
Give
knowledge
her
she
some
had,
grace.
and she
I
was also
love
a young
that.
mom. So give her a little grace. But I could see that in the IC that this person went through a transformational time frame with her people and with her friends. Now the midheaven Taurus, what that is wealth over time and not immediate. And I know everybody want a hot pocket right now
Mhm.
because we're all hungry. The 10th house for Taurus, midheaven, this is where you're going to have to actually put some ingredients and mix the oil and the flour and the water and some eggs and make a full course meal, if you will, in the business sense, because your wealth and Taurus people are about that money. They really are about that money. Aside from being
Hey.
stubborn, they love the finer things. You hear me? They love the finer things. They also
Yeah.
rule the planet Venus, which is the planet of love. Libra rules the planet of Venus, which is the planet of love. Libra people are very beautiful people too. You'll see them. They may not look, all of them may not physically look beautiful. I don't know. I've never met an ugly Libra, but character
Right.
wise,
Right.
I don't know. It just really depends on what you define as beautiful. But Libra and Taurus rules the planet
Yeah.
Venus, which is the planet of love. And Taurus people are definitely about the money. very resourceful people, very methodical. They think about a lot of everything
Mm,
and they do what they got to do. But in the 10th house, that money is over
yeah.
time. So it change is not a strong suit for them. But because it's in the 10th
Okay.
house, the public life change is here. And I understand that house all too well. Then the 12th house. 12th house is your service to
Mm.
humanity.
Mhm.
What are you doing for the world?
Listen, y'all.
And what are you putting out there
Listen.
for the world?
All this stuff, hey, all this stuff, y'all, I know y'all probably like, what is she talking about? What is going on? These are the conversations that I want people to realize that are okay to have, right? A lot of times we spend so much time uncertain about just everyday life, and if this resonates with you, you would have felt a little trigger like, oh, I felt that. Oh, I felt that. Oh, I felt that. You owe it to yourself to elaborate more on that for yourself,
Mhm.
right? Stephany, for somebody that is not aware, right? Somebody that just has no idea maybe what we're talking about, but they're feeling that kind of in their gut. You know what I'm saying? Things that you're saying is resonating, but they ain't understanding that. How would one like begin the journey of even starting to discover it for themselves?
Honestly, the first thing I would do is research your own sun sign. Your sun sign. Your sun sign is who you are in the
Okay.
house. Research that. Do as much as you can on that. Then research your rising sign. Your rising sign is first impressions. It's what people see of you when they first meet you. That's who they see. They don't see that Gemini. They see that Libra rising. That's what they see first. And
Right.
then your moon sign.
Mm-hmm.
Your moon sign governs your emotions. So, if you are a
Okay.
Cancer sun with a Cancer rising, but an Aquarius moon, you're hot and cold for real. What you see is what you get, basically, with the rising sun, with the
Mm-hmm.
rising Cancer sign and the sun sign Cancer. What you see is what you get. Just know that they are not going to play with that. They can't help it. Their emotions are in the sleep.
Right.
They can't help it. But with that Aquarius moon, that's a tough placement
Mm-hmm.
because Aquarius people are humanitarians and they're really great at friendships. But
Yeah.
Cancers are the mothers of the zodiac sign. So they attach themselves to people and they're there. They will be in your corner. I'm a Cancer. I be telling people I'm like a stepmama, more so than a mom, because there's just so much.
Hey, it is. Hey, I get it.
It's so
I get it.
much. It's so much. So I would suggest that people
Yeah.
really do research their sign, their sun sign, rising sign, moon sign. You can Google natal charts. And if you have your exact time of birth, your city and state where you were born, your name, and basically your identity, whether you are he, she, them, they, whatever it is you choose to identify as, um, put that information in there. Literally Google natal charts. I want to look at this. There's so many resources out there that can give you that information. You look it up, you'll find your whole chart there. Now, if you want it diagnosed or dissected piece by piece, that's a whole different conversation. That
Right.
requires in-depth conversation.
Yep. I love it. And we're going to make sure that you guys have the opportunity to reach out to Stephany if that's something that you are interested in learning more about. What's coming up for you, sis? What do you have going on? Like I said,
Goodness.
I know business is thriving and shout out to you. I definitely am loving the growth and the shifts that I see within the business side of things, but just overall as Stephany, what's going on and what's up for the rest of the year for you?
Oh my goodness. So I'm currently hosting Generational Gap series via LinkedIn. Um, but I might put that to an end before I go for vacay, but we'll see. So Generational Gap series right now, I'm posting that
Mhm.
on via LinkedIn. I'm also doing my Elephant of the Month once a month, every month as well. I'm thinking of doing some talks on TikTok actually about astrology because I've had a
Hey.
lot of my younger generations and even some older ones. I even got some boomers back there
Yeah.
that have contacted me directly and said, Stephany, I need you to do a natal chart for me immediately. And I charge for those natal
Mm.
charts because people, it is extensive. It is a lot of knowledge. It takes
Yep.
time. It's not an hour thing. Maybe there's someone that can do it in an hour,
Yeah.
but that's not how I operate. I like to deliver quality work, especially if you're paying for it.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
I
Yep.
charge quite a
I love
bit
it.
because I don't want to do the quality work because it does take a lot. But he's like, I need it.
Yeah.
And so he paid to have that
Yeah.
done within 24 hours, even though the time frame I need at least 3 days to do it. And
Yeah.
he wanted it in 24 hours, paid the additional fees for it, got it in 24 hours. Now it took some time, but
Yep.
he was okay with it. That was still quality work because I
Yeah.
moved things around. So I have that. Also, I am
Absolutely.
currently getting ready to host conversations with GRC educators out of Denver, Colorado, starting July 1st. And I will be having a conversation about harnessing the power of positivity in a multi generational section in the business world. There'll be more to come
Yes.
on that as we
Come
get
on.
closer to July. I'll send you some links. There should be like some promo codes in there in case somebody wants to sign up because I know there's a monetary cost for that. I'm just not exactly
Absolutely.
sure what it is because this outfit is out of Denver, Colorado, and it's a
Right.
virtual event. So I'll be
Yeah.
doing
I love
that
it. I
July
love it.
1st. Um,
I commend you so much because you are flexing both, right? The reason why I wanted to have you on Empowering Real Talk is because you started stepping into this conversation when we was on the business side of things. And I said, nope, I need to let her come and I need to let her express these things and let people know why they may be feeling these certain type of ways, but also giving them the opportunity to reach out because as you know, I am all about connections and resources, providing insight, but also letting people reach out to my guests if they have a question or they are looking for their services. So I am so honored to have you here. Please let them know, Miss, I got a TikTok. Where can they find you at on TikTok?
oh my gosh. So my name is Progressively Steph. Because I don't have to be so formal there like LinkedIn. Be a lot looser in
Right.
communication, right?
Absolutely.
I could be a lot looser in how I say
Yeah,
things. I am a sailor at heart. I love
absolutely.
cuss words. I feel like they're a seasoning salt to sentences, so I will be doing a lot of that.
Well, let me tell you because you did good by not
Yeah,
cussing today, okay? You did real good for that. I just
thank
want you to
you,
know
thank
that.
you. Look at
So,
that. I got a Capricorn in 6th house. That's why.
yeah. We'll probably have you come back and just give us some updates on everything that's going on. It has been such a pleasure to have you here, dropping some unapologetic, empowering, real talk when it comes to numerology, astrology, but really us just understanding kind of a little bit more about those energies that we feel may be abnormal, but you need to go ahead and embrace them. So, y'all, if you have not already, make sure you have subscribed to the Empowering Real Talk podcast. If you're looking at us on screen, then make sure you have subscribed to the Upgraded Mindsets media channel. Steph, thank you so much for blessing the podcast. Thank you so much for being here and showing up and being authentically you. I appreciate you so, so much. So, so
Absolutely.
much. All right, y'all. We out of here. Stay empowered, baby. Once a space for inspiration, growth over everything has evolved into something far greater, a movement for education, empowerment, and elevation for women. Here, gratitude isn't just a concept, it's a way of life. Strength isn't just spoken about, it's cultivated. Success isn't just imagined, it's achieved. This is where balance, self care, and transformation take center stage, where you don't just dream about growth, you step boldly into it. No limits, no hesitation, just elevation. Join the movement today.